All right. Kind of a simpler question. Hey, Aaron, I'm 20, single 25-year-old working as a programmer for a government agency. I have a net worth of roughly $125,000. Salary is about $90,000. I'm unionized, working 37.5 hours per week, and I'm entitled to benefits plus a pension. I've already achieved some success with entrepreneurship outside of working hours and plan on continuing. The organization I work for wants us to stay within the region. My question to you is, how good do I have it? Should I stay with the government for the next 30 years or should I pursue a more, why do you got, okay, you're 25. What should I do for the next 30 years of my life? I don't know and you don't know. Stop asking such a stupid effing question. Uh, Should I just stay with the government for the next 30 years, or should I pursue a more eventful life by getting a job that enables me to travel and switch companies every few years? If the answer is I should stay with the government, should I look at purchasing a home? It might be worth mentioning that I'm on contract with this public sector entity for 2 years. I have no reason to believe it won't be renewed or be offered full time. I'd be, oh, you want an email response? Well, you're getting a video response. Unless you want me to take it down, just give me a second. Oh, let's make it a video. Okay. That happens more often than you think. I want an email. Yeah, let's upgrade to a video. It's like when you go to the airport, you order a drink. Would you like to double it for $4 more? Hell yeah, lady. You're not even cute. So I said, how's your self-employment endeavors coming along? Profitable, opening up other doors, and how long have you been doing it? I've been at it for about a year. To give you an idea, I wrote some items, Jeremy, $500 a month. All right. I managed to secure some contract work as a programmer outside during my day job, but they'll drop shortly. Currently working on a Udemy course. That being said, it could all be done remotely, and I'd have to find other opportunities if I want to keep myself busy in the next 30 years. All right. It's your first job out of college, you're already making six figures. You are an idiot to give up this job in the short term. I would, and you're still getting your teeth cut. I would get your teeth cut. I would learn some skills. I would get at least 4 years, three at the minimum experience. And then what I would do is starting around the 2.5, 3 year mark, go poke around and see whether or not uh, there's other jobs out there that pay a lot more because you work in the public sector and it's very handsome pay, but if you get good enough, the private sector will pay you even more. I would also recommend that you do your entrepreneurship. You continue that because if you have these skills and then get a little bit of the entrepreneur bug in you, those can also pay some pretty hefty dividends. And then third or fourth thing I'd recommend you do is you uh, figure out what kind of lifestyle do you want. Do you want a stable white picket fence house, kids, wife, and you're not a big adventurer or traveler, or do you want to go and travel around and work remotely and sit on a beach in Thailand and get drunk and meet some of the local lovelies to sample the culture? But since you're only like a year into this, you're young. Uh, I would I would give it at least 3 years before you start thinking about buying a home. I'll give you time to work up a hefty down payment. Um, I'm very much against younger people just buying a house. That's one of the mistakes I did, even though it did pay off in the end. But I would keep your options open and don't like, do I commit 30 years or not? No, you have other options. And that's what I'm recommending you do is you keep your job. It's a great government job. Continue getting paid. Save some money and revisit this in 3 years. In the meantime, I'd also recommend don't buy a house. Don't just wait. And by the way, housing prices will probably go up, but you know, I'm just saying don't make any life decisions like, yep, I'm working 30 years for the government. Revisit it, retest what your market value is in the labor market 3 years from now. See if you can't get a lot better or more agreeable terms like working remotely. And then if you can work remotely and still work for the government, that's great. And you just go and do your life. But if they say, "Oh no, we aren't," like, okay, but maybe you have some new businesses you've built up and you've grown or cultured enough independent clients that you don't have to answer to the government and like or government job. I'm like, no, maybe I don't need 100,000. Maybe I'm perfectly fine with 50. But then I would also contact a recruiter or see, kind of toss a couple lines in the water, see what the pay is. But I cannot tell you one whether to buy. Well, I can tell you that don't just wait a bit. Figure out where you are in life first before you buy a house. Save money for a down payment on a house. Absolutely, I'm not against that. Or maybe if you know exactly where you want to live, go buy the land now while it's cheap, and then build on it later. Kind of what I did. Um, but yeah, steady as she goes. We don't know whether you should stay with the government for 30 years or not. Public news is $2. Who is your all-time favorite pro wrestler? Ooh, Hacksaw McDuggan. I think it was Hacksaw McDuggan or Jim McDuggan or something like that. He always brought a hacksaw 2x4 with him. He always go, him or Rowdy Roddy Piper. I think one of those two. Macho Man Randy Savage is pretty cool though too. You have to admit, those guys are all kind of neat. That's it. Questions, answers, AssoConsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.